With my partner Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. Off we go from AT&T Stadium. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. First carry here for Devon Achane. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Here we go. 18. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
On play action, here's Milton. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
16 yards.
A gain there of 16 yards. First down, KC.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Brings up second and 1.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's second and 1. Play action, now it's Milton. That is caught. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That's good.
They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's first and goal.
First and goal, Kansas City.
Achane. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they shoved him backwards. Now back at the 4 for second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the Cowboys' 4-yard line.
Cup 19. Cup 19.
From the gun, here's Milton. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. And it's probably a touchdown.
50, 50. Mustang 19. 79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw for it with Milton. And he's in. Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Chiefs. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown.
The kick is good. Makes the score. Chiefs 7. Cowboys nothing. Santos set to kick off.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here we go on the return from the 1. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. On the ground, here's the punching product, Travis Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
From the 24 now, here is second down and 7.
Here we go.
They'll run it once more with Etienne. He'll manage only about 3. So it will bring up third down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. Ready? It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend the...
And the rush is going to get there. He goes down. They were taking a big risk going for it from their own territory. It does not pay off, and it's a turnover on down. A run up the middle with Achan. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. And out of the gun is Milton. First and goal, he takes it all the way down to the 2.
A gain of 17.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Let's go.
Here's Achan. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. The shotgun, a throw from Milton. And he'll take it on in. Devon Achan. Touchdown, KC. On is Santos for the PAT. He's got it. And the Chiefs will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The drive begins with a carry from ETN. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
And the Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Once again, it's ETN. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain there of 11. First down,
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now ETN. And we're going to work this down inside the 45. That's 11 yards again. 2 plays in a row. And another first down. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run. It's ETN. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's ETN. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get. I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They'll indeed go, and it is shut. This is intercepted. He get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page?
Devon Achane. And he will score. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Kansas City. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Santos set to kick off.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football. They've got it with a second down and 10.
Nike 18. Check the hot ready. Ready. Hot.
The carry here for 5, and here comes third down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 48-yard
On the give, it's Etienne. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
On 3rd and 2, it is Shuck. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 11 yards on the connection there. That's good for a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On the ground, here's Etienne. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9.
From the 20, here's second and a yard. On the handoff is Etienne. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the first down.
We'll go back to Etienne on first down. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
A gain of 10 yards.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Brings up second and goal. At the Chiefs' 3-yard line.
Etienne, and he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider it was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, What do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? That's at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back in the field.
And they're going to mark them down right at the 30-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Milton now to throw on 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Dragging on back to Arlington and AT&T Stadium after this. Milton to the air on 2nd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Milton. He'll let this one go long for Williams. He's got it. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down.
They'll put Loveland in motion.
58 yards. First down, Kansas City.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. Thrust, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. A run out of the gun with Achane. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. It is Jordan Lewis who brought him down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
19, Charger, 19.
To the air on 3rd down is Milton. And that is incomplete. Holston Loveland was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Santos' kick is good. And the Chiefs can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. This run straight ahead for Etienne. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Dante Jackson that time in on the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's shut. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up being good. Mason Taylor, the tight end, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Looking to throw. Here is shot. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time. And it's going to lead to 4th down. They'll go. And here's Shuck. This one's incomplete. defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Get him.
Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
18 Rodney. 18. Come on.
Looking to throw. It's Milton. A throw behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Milton from the gun here on 3rd down. Oh, a huge mistake right in the half. It is intercepted.
He's just late on that throw. I don't even think he ever saw that defender drop into the zone, and it ends up costing the team the ball.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's Shuck. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
To throw is Shuck. Oh, a huge mistake right in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend that lead.
Top row 18. Warriors 17. Panther 11. Go.
So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll run this one straight ahead with Aiken. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. Here comes 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
Incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
Well, it's no secret to anybody who follows this league. This is one of the elite playmakers in the entire NFL. So he put one high, thinking his guy would go up there and get it. We've seen him do it so many times before, but just puts a little too much on it. And
that is hot. Poston Lovely. Touchdown Chiefs. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Chiefs move out even further ahead. It is now 31-0. Just 1 second remaining in this 1st half, and they will kick it away. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this 1st half. Very one-sided 1st half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. The return starts at the 13. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
19 tight. Let's go now.
Here is Shuck on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Chuck. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shires.
this has been tough to watch, Mike, really for a lot of reasons. And when you talk to everybody, find yourself trailing here, at some point they got to ask themselves, is this...
He's in! Devontae Turpin, touchdown KC. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Now a return coming from the 14. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
On first down, Shuck. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Digba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. To the air is Shuck. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down. Throwing is Shuck. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. 14 yards on the pickup there.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
The air once more. Shuck. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To the air again is Shuck. Defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete. T.T. Atwell was the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. The Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They host on 4th down.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
Hey, check that.
They'll stay on the ground with H.M., and he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Tap to 11.
From the gun, here's Milton. That's taken in. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
60 Maverick.
They'll go. Here's Milton. He's got his tight end. It's Loveland. Into space. Inside the 30. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 91 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, I love it, Mike. We're seeing so many teams nowadays as they approach midfield, even on their side of the 50, keeping their offense on the field on fourth down. And it's certainly a risk. It's certainly up there for debate. But in this case, big chance, big reward, and they come down with 6.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Chiefs stretch things out even further. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This is taken in at the goal line. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
Their own 17-yard line.
Ready? Check out.
ETN now on 1st and 10. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Now a handoff. ETN, and some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
40-yard line.
They'll run it once more with ETN, and he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to ETN. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
A give for ETN, heading right. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
7-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Now Shuck. Moving left. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line. It stresses your quarterback. It stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the 3rd quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue. And I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Let's go. Cavity lying.
Now receiver coming around. He's got the pop pass. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Go, Reed, go. Ready, ready.
On 3rd down, they'll go with A-Chain. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up 4th down.
60, trap 60. Here we go, here we go. Let go.
Get out of the gun is Milton. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he is going to have a Chiefs first down. That was something else. Big pickup on 4th and long. And they get a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
We're on to the 4th on Thanksgiving Day. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Back. Cowboy 80.
They'll send the tight end in motion right. On the ground, Achan opens up this 4th quarter. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Ready, ready.
Here's the first carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
Ready.
2 runs going in the wrong direction, and now it is 3rd and 15.
Cougar 19. Hut, hut.
On the handoff, this is Achan. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. That is well done there, converting on 3rd and 15.
That's just a huge letdown there defensively. You have them 3rd and long, and anytime an offense decides to just turn around and give the ball to their running back, it's almost like they're waving the white flag that this possession is over. In this case, not only did they pick up the first down, they picked up a huge gain. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
2nd and 11.
Here we go. Shot. Go.
Once again, it's Achan. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
I think a little bit of what's happened here, Mike, is this offense is having some trouble matching the level of physicality of the defense. So physically, they're getting beat at the point of attack, and I think these last 2 plays are a great example why.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal. This has been some kind of march downfield now, and they pay it off with 6. It's 1st and goal. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. Well run with Achan. And he's got another one. Devon Achan. Touchdown, Kansas City. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game. And number 12 on the year. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Chiefs add on to their already sizable lead.
Santos set to kick off.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the goal line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Take go.
Now a throw here. It's backwards. He might be looking to throw this inside the 30. And he will dive into the end zone. 80 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point. Go for 2.
For the 2-point conversion.
Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. He'll swing that out wide, and he's not going to get in. The decision to go for 2 doesn't pay off. Unable to cut any further into the deficit. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.